Coach, congratulations. You won 35-0 today, I believe, over Asbury. Good way to start the season. Do y'all normally have a spring game like this?
We normally, where I've been, we have. Last year COVID sort of threw a wrench in that. We was glad to be able to come over and play. Anytime you line up and play, even through last year, I told those kids, hey, we can line up and play is a plus.
Yes, sir.
Things going on.
Did either one of y'all play other sports? Baseball? Basketball?
I do track.
How is it transitioning from that back into football?
Well, for track's been a big help for me, keeping me in shape while on the off season.
What do you run in track?
I do a lot of sprints and I do hurdles in track.
Okay.
Basketball,
yeah, so you're already in good shape. Coach, when you have a spring game like this, are you using this game to look more at players or more at the playbook or just a combination
of? We're trying to find a good combination and seeing what each kid can do. We play a quarterback each quarter, and we're just trying to find out where their niche is.
Is there anything in particular you've seen today that you really?
I'm proud of the kids. They gave full effort. Everybody gave it 100%. These games you really don't know because you got 9 days of practice.
Yes, sir.
We're pretty vanilla in what we did. So.
Coach, we certainly appreciate it. Look forward to the rest of the season. And good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, introduce yourself and who you have with you today.
Coach Chris Williams, Asbury High School. This here is Dante Broussard. He's going to be a senior running back for us. And over here to my left is Jacob Gridiron. He's going to be our 10th grade F and middle linebacker.
Coach, I want to ask you about how spring's been going up to this point. I know you and I talked a little bit ago, and you said you had lost a few guys, but how's it been going to this point?
Well, trying to build, trying to grind, trying to get kids to buy in, the weight room, individually working. We've lost, I think we started out with 38 at the beginning of spring. Some of the kids, it wasn't for them, and that's fine. These guys have been going hard at it. It's baby steps for us, and we're just trying to learn to compete.
Coach, what is it about these two guys you selected them to come do this interview with you?
Well, they've really worked hard in the off season on their conditioning, on their speed and agility, and especially with their strength and conditioning. So, that's what we're trying to do, is get the kids to buy into the weight room. And for these two to take the physical grind, if you realize that, they toted the ball probably between the two of them 80-85% of the time, so they're going to have to be able to be physically able to take the wear and tear plus playing defense for us because we're low in numbers.
Absolutely. I want to ask you two guys, what does it mean for Coach to select you to come up here and do this interview? He obviously thinks a lot of you.
It's not really about us. It's more about working together, being stronger, faster, and being a team.
Absolutely. Same question.
He's good. I agree with him.
Absolutely. Coach, coming out of the spring game here, what do you look like going forward to your summer program? What's that going to look like over into fall?
Well, today, if we clean up turnovers, I don't know how many we had. I quit counting after 4. I think we had 5. We're not good enough. There's not a lot of teams that's good enough at 5.
It's hard to overcome.
But we ball security. I thought going back and looking at the film, I wasn't disappointed too bad overall on our run game and run blocking by our line. We just got to shore that up, and we got to get depth. We got to develop these younger kids in that last fourth quarter right there, getting some of those young kids to get some reps. It's a great experience for them because we got a lot of 7th and 8th graders that had to be out there today that are 7th and 8th graders this year. So therefore, it's a great experience for us. Holly Pond, same way. They were young, and I thought it was a great fit for us. They capitalized on every one of our mistakes, and that's the difference in both.
You two guys, I'm going to end it with this. What's it mean to be looked at as a leader on this football team? How's your approach? Lead by example to this football team.
Again, I'm honored that there's not really a leader. We're all a team. We all got to work together and do our part.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have to agree with me. It's a team game.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck to you guys going forward, and looking forward to talking with you guys in the future. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, congratulations, Coach, on a big win. You won 14-8.
Yes, sir.
Talk about some of the things you've seen today.
Well, we were just trying to make sure we were physical, kind of carry over what we're trying to build. So I was encouraged, and played hard.
Yes, sir. Do you use these games more to look at players or the playbook?
Really players, and that's why we graduated most of our defense. I think we had 6 starters to replace, so that's what we were really looking for.
Is there anything that stood out to you today in particular?
I think a few guys impressed us a little bit, and they learned a little bit. And what we'll end up doing is just we can take what they lacked and use it as coaching points.
There you go. Coach, we appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you the rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Coach Lyles at Douglas High School.
Coach, last year you guys seemed to turn the corner. I noticed we actually had a couple of your guys on our show last year in our preview show. Talk about the spring this year. How's things been going up to this point?
Yes, sir. We started out, with about 75 kids or so, and we finished the spring with the same amount of number, which for Douglas is great. Last year I finished the season with about 26 kids. So our biggest thing was just trying to keep numbers out. We've got a lot of guys that's got to learn football. We knew that, and that's what the spring was for, is trying to teach these kids how to play football. We're still a young football team, and we finally got a couple of basketball players out that are going to be seniors that's going to help us down the road. They're still learning the plays. But again, to me, the spring game, you want to win it, but it's also a way to go and try to look at film and try to see what we can improve on.
Coach, and I know you guys, I went up there and actually visited a couple of years ago. You guys' facility is actually very nice.
Yes, sir.
Very nice stadium. And I know the last piece of that puzzle is getting the team rolling like it should be.
Yes, sir.
And I know you guys took a big step forward last year, but do you think you guys are about on pace where you need to be at this point?
Yeah, we started out 3-0 last year, and everybody thought we were just going to win every game, and that's just not realistic. Our lack of depth last year hurt us. This year, we've got some young guys. You've seen them there towards the very end that's going to be able to help us. They're still learning the game, still learning how to play. So, going through it, I think with our schedule, we'll be able to be more competitive.
Coach, I was actually watching the game on the sidelines with Coach Marco Bryant, and he's a Navy SEAL, and he said, one thing about these guys right here, they're playing their guts out. They're playing hard.
Right.
And he said he's got that's the first step in building a program, Coach. How did you get to that point from where they are now, from what you inherited?
Just trying to teach them to learn to get off the mat. For years they've been a revolving door of the coaching, coming through here. So my whole thing is I told them from the get-go, I'm not going anywhere, and we're trying to build something. And I think these kids are kind of feeding off of that. Still got a long way to go in the weight room. We're not very strong as we need to be as a team, but they are making gains, and they're seeing that daily, and hopefully they'll continue to come out and we'll try to get better.
Coach, I appreciate you taking time out. I know you got to get to your guys, and looking forward to seeing you guys later on in the year.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate that.
Skylar Mansfield, head football coach at Winterboro High School.
Coach, we're talking to people more about the spring and how the team's been doing so far this spring more than the game. Talk about your team since you've had your hands on them this spring and how that's looking like for you guys.
Well, I'm just blessed to have the opportunity to get these young men together and have an evaluation period. Because last year missing an evaluation period, but we still came out and we had success. But you actually get to build it up and see what you have. And the guys have worked really, really hard in the weight room. So, I'm really, really impressed. We came out and we played a pretty good game.
Yeah, Coach, and talking about the experience here to be able to bring your guys to JSU here on this campus and play this game against a very good traditional powerhouse like Ranburne. Talk about that overall experience and what it's done for your team.
Well, it's kind of personal with me because I was a walk-on here, and getting the opportunity to coach on this field is kind of like a lifelong dream. And the kids came and they played pretty hard and they had some success. So, as a coach, it's really, really good to come out and win the game that that's near and dear to your heart.
Now, moving forward this summer, what's some of the things you're going to be looking at to try to improve these guys? I know the summer is very important for a team and a program, get that momentum heading into fall.
Well, number one is we want to get our nutrition program right. We want to get in the weight room and make sure everybody's showing up to practice. And, we want to really build our bigger, faster, stronger program so we can really, really compete in 1A.
There you go. Coach, you look pretty good tonight. Good luck to you guys moving forward this season.
Hey, I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
I'm Stephen Bailey, head football coach at Ranburne Bulldogs.
Coach, Ranburne traditionally has great teams year in, year out, a traditional powerhouse, honestly. Talk about the spring this year and how you guys have come along so far in the spring. You've had your hands on these guys.
A lot of learning going on. We returned to everyone except for 2 or 3 seniors. So we had some experience coming back, but we wanted to move some people to different pieces. after a restart last year, kind of a rebuild. So a lot of learning, a lot of install. Felt good about it. But moving forward, we just look forward to continue to work and get better.
I got you. Coach, going into the off season like this right here, into the summer is very, very important for a program. What's that going to look like for your team in general this year? Things you probably got to work on, some things that you might be on par with.
First of all, you got to get in the weight room. You got to make sure that attendance is 100%. You got to make sure everybody's on board with what you're doing and working hard. You know, the conditioning part of it, the agility part of it, you know, lifting 4 or 5 days a week right there. It's got to be first. And then once it gets July, we'll start working on some football stuff and start getting some more stuff installed and ready to go and tuning up some things. We'll do some 7-on-7 stuff in the summer and get that handled.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Good luck to you guys this year.
No problem. Thank you.